Now, before we even enter Conquest Extreme, I want to let you all know that you are going to have to restart the map in order to complete all 28 goals. And if you did not know, you need to complete all 28 goals in order to get the 34 program points towards Lou Gehrig. Now, in the goals, there are a lot of complete before turn ends missions. For example, get the Twins before turn 1 ends, get the Blue Jays and Indians, as well as the White Sox and Rockies before turn 2, and then many more. And then there is also another requirement where you have to steal 16 million fans, as well as capturing every single territory on the map. Now, there is no way, and I already tried it multiple times, for you to actually capture the Twins and then go on to capture the Rockies, White Sox, Indians, and Blue Jays before the end of turn 2. It is impossible. Now, I will go through a scenario if you want me to basically put myself through it. We're going to go ahead straight for the Indians. You face the Indians, and then you have 3 million fans remaining. Now, keep in mind, every single time that you get 3 million fans extra in my territories, you get an extra million fans for reinforce. So right now we have 4, which means that we would have +1 for whenever reinforce comes, the phase. Now, from beating the Twin stronghold, we're going to have 3 remaining in the Twin stronghold, and then we're going to skip to steal fans phase. We're going to face the Nationals. Why the Nationals, you might ask? Well, the Nationals, they're going to be at 7 million fans. You're going to drop them down to 2 million fans. And they're going to be the weakest team. And that's going to play a humongous role later on for when we go towards turn 3. In terms of the strongholds you need to capture before the turn ends. So we take the Twins. We have ourselves 3 million fans left over. I skip to steal fans phase. I basically go ahead and beat the Nationals, get myself 5 million extra fans on top of the +1 I already have because I have 4 territories. That's 6. And then when I move the 2 million fans up towards this little section, because of course it is the closest to the Blue Jays, I'm gonna have in total about 9 million fans leading from this territory. This is gonna be 8 million fans, 7 million fans, 6 million fans, 5 million fans, 4 million fans, 3 million fans, 2 million fans, 1 million fans, and turn 2 ends right there. You cannot capture the White Sox or the Rockies, even if you do go ahead and play it on legend difficulty. It does not matter. So instead, the most effective way to beat this map is you continue the process that I just went ahead and went through. You go ahead, face the Twins. Once you beat the Twins, you're going to have 3 million fans here. You're going to go ahead and reinforce it because we're going to focus on the right side first. You're going to reinforce it here. You're going to have 9 million fans leading. You're going to go ahead, 8 million fans. And if there is a territory here from the Blue Jays, do not simulate it. In Conquest Extreme, you almost have to play every single territory. You almost have to. You cannot risk losing any fan. So you go ahead, play this one out if there's one there. In my personal experience, I haven't seen one there. So I go straight after the Blue Jays. I capture it. We go 8, 7, 6, 5. 5 million fans remaining. We still have a path that's connected to both strongholds. So with 5 million fans remaining, we know that the Nationals aren't really going to be moving because they only have 2 million fans. So they don't have reinforcements to throw out. So we're going to reinforce into the Twins after we face. Now the Red Sox is the team we're going to face because they're the second weakest team here, especially in terms of starting pitchers. You're going to go ahead and face the Red Sox. And a way to get the worst starting pitchers from the opponents is by putting one of your bullpen arms to start the games. For example, I always use Raleigh Fingers. So we left 5 million fans at the Indians territory. We just beat the Boston Red Sox for 5 million fans. That means 5 plus 4, that's going to be 9. And then in terms of total territories, this is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. They're going to give us an extra 3. So in total, we would most likely be leading with 13 here. So then this is going to be turn 2. We need to go ahead and capture because it is impossible, once again, to capture the Angels, Rangers, Houston Astros, Washington Nationals, Tampa Bay Rays, and Yankees all in one run before turn 3. Trust me on that. So with, I think I said it was 13 territories here to lead off with the Twins, this is going to be 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Boom. You take out the Yankees. The next one is, I have it written down on my phone because I have already basically constructed the path that I'm going to be taking whenever I do complete this. Next, you need to capture the Philadelphia Phillies, the Cincinnati Reds, the Cubs, and the Diamondbacks, all before the end of turn 4. So now you're going to be on turn 4. Whatever you have remaining by the time you get to the Yankees, you're going to go ahead and drop it into the Washington Nationals, because obviously that is the closest stronghold that you're going to be controlling to the Phillies. You're going to go ahead, reinforce it all over there. You're going to do Steel Fans again. I would say that you might not have to do it on Legend difficulty. You could probably do it on Hall of Fame difficulty once you're here, but I would suggest you go find the weakest team and you face them on Legend difficulty again, because the more fans you have, the more mistakes you can make when you're playing for every single territory. So you would reinforce here, and then simply I would take a path that is just direct. So boom, Phillies. You probably are going to be left with a lot of fans left over after you go ahead and capture the Phillies, Reds, Cubs, and the Arizona Diamondbacks. Once you capture the Arizona Diamondbacks, all 4 of those teams, which is probably the easiest set of teams to capture before a turn ends, you're going to reinforce once again. You're going to reinforce with the closest territories to the Boston Red Sox, which is going to be the Yankee stronghold you captured. And then you also have to capture the Atlanta Braves and the Milwaukee Brewers. So what you're going to want to go ahead and do is do correct calculations. So in order to get to Boston, we need to win 1, 2, and then have an extra million fans in order to attack this territory. These fans might be a little bit juiced up to 2 to 3, so you're going to have to do calculation in terms of how many you want to reinforce to the Yankee stronghold, how many you're going to want to go ahead and reinforce to either Phillies or Red stronghold, and then how many you're going to want to reinforce to either the Diamondbacks or Cubs stronghold. And the reason why I'm telling you these 2 strongholds instead of anything else is because they are the closest, of course, to the Brewers and to the Braves and to the Boston Red Sox. It is impossible for you to get the Oakland Athletics, because in order for you to get the Oakland Athletics, you would have to go ahead and take up way too many territories to get there. So after that, you go ahead to turn 6, which is telling you to get the Mets, Cardinals, Dodgers, and Padres. What you do for that is you either use your Arizona Diamondbacks stronghold to lead you into the Dodgers and Padres and divide the numbers evenly, where you know you will have enough territories to attack both strongholds. And you do the same thing for whether you use the Phillies or the Reds, which I suggest the Phillies, obviously, because it's closer and less territories to get there. But you reinforce those 2 territories, you capture the 2 remaining strongholds. And now you might be saying to yourself, okay, now that I did that, I just go ahead and restart the map. No, you cannot restart the map after that. After that, you don't care anymore about how many times you restart the turn, or not restart the turn. Do not restart the map. You don't care how many turns you take afterwards, because you already know you failed these 4 missions basically of capturing these 4 strongholds before the turns end. But you do know that in order to complete the Conquest map and get all 34 program points, you're going to have to capture all 24 territories. And if you restart the map right there, it will go from however many territories you have to 1 again, which is the starting territory, or starting stronghold, excuse me, that you started off with. So then that means you would have to do the entire map again. And trust me, you don't want to do the entire map again. So instead, afterwards, after we have captured the Dodgers, Padres, Cardinals, and Mets, you just reinforce once again to the Diamondbacks or the Rockies, whichever of the 2 you want, but I would suggest the Diamondbacks. You reinforce all the fans that you can, and you don't have to worry about playing out every single territory. You can actually start simulating here because, as I said, you failed all the previous goals. So you just go ahead, simulate and then play each stronghold and capture every single stronghold, capture every single territory on the map, and then there you will have knocked out not only the steal fans phase goal, but you'll also have knocked out the capture all the strongholds goal. And then once you restart the map, because once again you are gonna have to restart the map, all you're gonna go ahead and do, as my controller disconnects, is basically go after the Rockies and then right after the White Sox. But it's more effective, of course, to do it this way. You go right after the White Sox, go right after the Rockies. Afterwards, you go right after the Rays, or Rangers, excuse me. Let's see how many territories or how many million fans you will actually have in order to do this. So 4, 3, 2, and then this is going to leave you with 1. But this is capture these 4 before turn 3. You should be able to do it. So then in turn 2, you play another game on Legend. You take away the Rangers, you go ahead towards the Angels, and then you might be able to sneak in and face the Athletics as well. But if you don't, it's all right, because the Athletics are before turn, I believe, 4, but the Astros are before turn 3. So once you get yourself up to the Angels, you're going to want to go ahead, reinforce right here at the Texas Rangers stronghold, go right after the Astros, beat the Astros, then reinforce back to the Los Angeles Angels, and then face every single territory up to the Oakland Athletics. Once you do that, you will have completed basically every single goal that is required in order for you to go ahead and get all 34 program points. I will have a video where I will go into details in terms of my path and exactly what I did. So if you want to go ahead and check that out and basically have a step-by-step video of how it is done, then don't worry, it's going to be coming out pretty soon. I'll do it in parts just so I can go ahead and help you guys out the most that I can. But if you did end up enjoying today's content, make sure you guys hit that like button, red subscribe button. Don't forget to follow me on all social medias at Bhlademyst, same way it's spelled on the YouTube channel username. Click on the channel community tab, interact with me there. And I do all Conquest maps, so there is a playlist on the channel for Conquest maps if you are interested in that. And for Gramps, that's who we're grinding for, if you guys didn't know. Have a blessed day and night. Stay positive, stay safe, stay blessed. Love you all, and peace out.